Hello everyone. One thing I learned from being sick and getting very, very, very sick, there's one thing that cures. God's wonderful herbs. But the big question is, how do you use them? Let's explore that a little bit.
Okay, I'm not a doctor. Never had any medical training, never went to medical school, so I'm unable to give you any kind of professional medical advice whatsoever. I'm just a regular Joe that learned a technique. That's it. It's just showing you a technique that you can use and play with. Okay, why am I doing this? If you knew personally how to help everybody greatly to an extent to where you could dramatically change the health of their life, wouldn't you think it's your moral obligation to help everyone if it was like a very simple thing to do? This is what I want to show you here today. It's just a very simple method that you can use to help yourself, your families. What is this testing? Okay. There's several different ways you can test to get answers. This is a first thing to try. This is a pendulum. You can go, okay, God, show me yes. Stay as calm as you can and try not to shake. Now, I don't know if you can tell over that video, but yes for me is forward and back. Now, then you say, okay, God, thank you. Now show me no. Now, for me, you got to be as calm and not move the best you can. No for me is left and right. Then you go, okay, thank you. And you can go, could you show me yes again, please? And it's like, there it goes. Thank you very much, God. Thank you for answering me. Okay. That's one method. It works. For all you non-believers out there, that might put a chill in your spine just to see that. Now, another way of testing is you could take the spice or herb. Now, what's interesting is that people who are really sensitive to the energy in their body, when you just pick up the herb, if it's good for you, and let's say you got a pain somewhere, the pain will actually back off a little bit just by picking up the herb. But we'll just take it to we'll just state, let's say no one can feel anything. What you can do is you can hold the herb, and you're either going to rock forward, okay, does my body want this herb to fix this problem? And it's either going to be yes or no. Okay, forward yes, backwards no. Okay, or you also could find out which is yes and no doing that way. You could go, okay, God, show me yes in my body, and it's either going to be forward or back. You might be reversed. If you're reversed, you can tap your chest about 15 seconds right here, and odds are it'll make you fall forward if you're not falling forward. Another way of testing is with your fingers. You can get the same results as a pendulum by using your fingers. So, the A-OK sign. You hold firmly. You have to empty your mind. If you think anything, if you think something's good for you, it'll be good for you, and you'll be wrong. So, you can't think anything. So for us guys, it's easy for us not to think anything. So, I guess we have that little advantage there. But, so you hold firmly the A-OK sign, and you place your index finger in the A-OK sign. Empty your mind. So, strength means yes, weakness means no. So, picture sugar. Does sugar strengthen my body? And all you do is picture sugar in your mind. Holding firmly. Does sugar strengthen my body? Say that. Try it at home right now. See if you can break through. Well, sugar ain't good for me. And 99.99999% of the time, sugar is going to be bad for you too. Now, try water. Don't think tap water, think fresh, clean water. Does fresh, clean water strengthen me? And you'll find that you can break this finger because these two are far stronger than this finger. That's your yes and no also. Now, you also got a single-handed version, which is tougher for people to learn. It's like this. You use this finger as these two, but instead you're using this and then your middle finger as your index finger. That gives you this type of test, okay? So you got sugar and water. That one's harder to learn. I always recommend people to learn this method first, or just using a pendulum, or even just holding the herb up next to their body. Depends on which one you find you're most comfortable with to use. They all work. Now, testing, it took me 6 months to get good at it. You're not just going to be great at it. Some people, I mean, I've seen them, it's like they got it first time, and I couldn't understand how they just got it so easily, but it will come very easily to some of you. But if you're anything like me, it took me 6 months to get where I was actually confident at it. So, something to think about. So that's your testing method on how you can get answers.
Okay, everybody. Now we got the issue of now we have all these problems. You've gone through and tested to figure out what type of item you needed, whether it be a tea, a dried herb in a capsule, a food, a vitamin, or a mineral. You don't know, but you've found out that you need a tea to start with. Now, how do you pick? What do you do? Look at all these teas in the store. How do you decide what to do? There's 500 teas here at the health food store. So, now you have to pick your favorite way of muscle testing. Remember, empty your mind. Completely empty your mind. And you have to start testing which shelf it is to what you need.
Okay, so you went to the store. You found out that you needed a tea to start with, or an herb, whatever it is. And you saw there's just a million things to choose from. How do you pick through all that stuff? Okay, depending on whatever method you want to use, whether it's the body rock, this method, the pendulum, whichever method you want to get your answers from. Okay? You got 5 million things in front of you. You can go, okay, which side of the shelf is it? Left side or right side? Or, which side of the aisle is it? Is it the left side or right side? Okay, then you can go to the right. Is it on the top half or bottom half? Then you pick which section that is. Then after that section, you cut it in half again, and then you cut it in half again. That's how you zone in to find out which exact herb you need for your problem. So, okay, Julie has a severe heart problem, and she feels that she has this pain in her chest. She's been to the doctor, 10 times. The doctors can't find nothing wrong. How many people have had that happen to them? They can't figure out what this pain is. But you go to the health food store and go, okay, I need a herb, not a tea. I need a capsuled herb, okay. Which one is it? Okay, and you isolate, you go over those shelves. You put yourself in front of the herbs, and you isolate which one it is. Okay, this side, this top, bottom, side, top, bottom, side, top, bottom. Then you zone into these few herbs. Then is it this grouping? No. Is it this grouping? Yes. Is it this one, this one, this one? Then this one, yes. Okay, then you'd find out that this particular person would need red pepper for their heart. Now, again, reading books and reading about herbs is excellent. Getting knowledge, that's wonderful. But you never know what herb is going to work to fix a particular problem. Now, many herbs will work. They don't test that many herbs will work. But you can find the best, too, that works the quickest. That's what this is all about. Finding the best herb for the Does this method work 100% of the time? Well, let's see. Does it fix a crooked nose? No. Does it grow hair? No. So it doesn't work 100% of the time. If it worked 100% of the time, well, then you'd be God, wouldn't you? Only God is perfect. We're not. We can try to be, but we're not. So, will it work 100% of the time? No. Will it work a lot to an exceptional amount of the time? Yes. Just keep that in mind. Okay? It's not a cure-all, but let's just say it puts a good down payment. Let's cover one particular topic. How about heartburn? A lot of people have this problem. And then the big question is, well, what causes heartburn? Gee, a lot of people would say, oh, it's because your stomach acids are coming up your throat and your body's not able, and your body's not like functioning properly, which is absolutely correct. But let's look a little deeper on why you have heartburn and what could be the causes. Well, your body's a digestive machine. You eat something, you digest it. That's where you get your energy. So, what could cause heartburn? One, your bile duct from your liver. If that's blocked, bile's not going into your intestines properly to digest your food, that would cause food to come up because it's not getting digested properly. Your gallbladder, that's the organ that injects a whole bunch of bile at one time if you were to eat greasy foods. If that's blocked, bile can't get through properly to cause you heartburn. Your liver, you have veins in your liver, big main veins like a tree in your liver. Let's say you have 5. If 3 of them are blocked, now they're not able, the liver's not able to put the bile in through that pathway, so you wouldn't get the heartburn. Or you could think of this too. Maybe your stomach has a viral infection that's causing it to not even function right. That can cause heartburn. You also got your pancreas over here. Your pancreas has two hoses that basically come from it. One is sugar that goes off to your liver, and the other one is digestive that goes off to where your stomach is to neutralize the acids from your food. If that's blocked, that'll cause heartburn and your stomach to burn down below your belt line. Bloating, all kinds of stuff if that's blocked. Or if your pancreas is just jammed up, then then now you're becoming diabetic, and you can't digest your food, and now all heck is breaking loose in your body. So all those things can cause heartburn. You can ask with your testing method which section is causing that in your body. It's amazing, but try it and it works. Okay, this question has come up a few times. Can this technique cure diseases? Well, to what I've seen from personally, trying this method, like certain diseases like gallbladder disease or like, arthritis type stuff, all that, or even like certain types of liver disease that they say, a lot of those really aren't much of an issue with this technique because you can actually figure out the exact item you need to fix it. But like when you're coming up with, if you got Parkinson's disease or, a disease like that, I've tried hard on people, but you have to be really specific. A lot of times you can't eat specific foods, and if you don't stop eating, you won't ever get better, because if you have, let's say, a really strong wheat allergy that's helping to cause or feed that, then, if they don't stop eating bread, then you can't really help that particular problem. But certain diseases are very, very difficult, and I haven't had luck on that type of disease. On other ones, they seem to be simple. So it's something that you can try. It's just an experimentation process on what you can do and how you can handle it. The more you work with this, the more you gain confidence on learning how to do this, the better you'll be. So it's hard to really say, yes, it will cure this, no, it won't cure that, because you never know. It always depends. But it does give you a fighting chance, let's say. Results. What kind of results can you expect to get by using these techniques? Well, just from personal experience, I've met with people that, let's say, have had migraine headaches for 20 years. They've been to countless doctors trying to find out what's causing the headaches, what the issue is and all that. You know what? What ended up being, Their neck was off at a couple of spots, and they needed salt. Fix their neck, give them salt, everything was fixed, headaches were gone. And this is like people that have been suffering for 20 years from migraines. Now, I'm not saying salt fixes headaches. That is not what I'm saying. Every person is different. You never know what's going to fix you. By using the testing methods, you can figure it out for yourself. That's why I push just using household common spices, stuff that you'd cook with anyways. I mean, what is it going to hurt if you take some rosemary for a problem? Let's say you're having these severe stomach problems and you come up with rosemary. How is it going to hurt to eat a couple of pinches of rosemary? It can't. But after going through your little testing methods, whichever one you like best, and you come up with this, and just from holding it, you actually feel that pain back off a little bit, you're like, wow, there's really something to this. There's like really something to this. And it makes you realize that, wow, I am able to fix myself a little bit here. I'm not saying you're going to be good at this right off the bat. You can't be. It took me a long time just to figure out how to do the whole testing thing. It's tough. Some people get it real easy and they're just like good at it. But, I mean, I didn't come up with this. It was in, someone else showed me. I just don't know of anyone who made videos of this, so I figured I better. To help everybody. But like lemon pepper, you know, I've seen people that have had strep throat really bad. Lemon pepper clears it up in a day. Now, I'm not saying that works on all strep throat because everybody's different. Everybody has different blood. I can't stress that enough. Everybody is different. There is no one pill that's a wonder cure. You can't say, you know, fennel always cures a stomach ache. It don't work. It depends on what bug is causing it. If you got a severe bacterial bug like, you know, whatever you call it, salmonella from eating raw food, well, fennel ain't going to help that at all. You're going to have to take a serious bacterial killer herb. And it might be just as easy as thyme or garlic. You never know. You got to figure it out. It's not just guess. You can actually figure it out. That's what's big. You can figure it out. So try it. See what you get. Some people won't be able to do it. I realize that. I've seen that. But a lot of people will. Oh my God. Just try it. It's so cool. Something's up. Herbs are very powerful. They can fix a lot of things. They can be dangerous. If you take the wrong herb, just blindly taking an herb to try and fix something, it can put you in the hospital. It's happened to me before. Now, that's why I like to use just the herbs you have right in your home to start with. That way, it's stuff that you've been eating your whole life anyways. Practice with these first. If you get a cold, you can use your testing method with a pendulum or your fingers, and you can go, okay, I have this terrible cold. I feel so weak. I hurt all over. What's the best thing I can take to heal my body? And you can go through and isolate. Is it this side or is it this side? Is it those three or is it these four? It's one of these four. Is it this one or this one? So I find that the best thing for me right now is minced onion. Now, is it going to put you in the hospital to eat minced onion? Is it going to put you in the hospital to eat food? It's the same thing. Now, other herbs, obviously the more powerful, the minced onion. But remember, these were traded as gold and silver back in the old days. These were the same as gold. Why? Because they could heal you. They're wonderful. They're very powerful, and you can get an actual accurate answer on what will fix your particular problem that you have. So, good luck practicing. Use standard herbs in your home that you already have. There's about 30 of them or 40 of them that you can find at the store regularly, and practice away and see how you do.